What's up, watchers? Will here with another Godzilla Kong video, and I wanted to talk about a rumored film that has been floating around fan communities for quite a while. Godzilla vs. the Devil. Now, apparently back in the late 70s, about 1978, there was a misconception from a report by I'm hoping I'm saying this right, Godzilla, that said the project was to be a joint collaboration between Toho and UPA Productions. It would have been a 110-minute runtime and have a production budget of about $4 million. Godzilla was supposed to score off with giant spiders, birds, fishes, and was to have a giant climactic final fight against Satan himself. In reality, producer Tomoyuki Tanaka had shot down the idea of the film even being discussed as an idea and denied any sort of existence of the film in production. However, since 1978, there have been some rather coincidental relations to this whole idea of Godzilla fighting Satan. The first being the literal appearance of Destoroyah, who has this horrifying and nightmarish red-horned, devilish appearance. But the second and more interesting one is that recently Godzilla has actually gone to hell in the IDW comic series, Godzilla in Hell. The miniseries sees Godzilla essentially fall into the mouth of hell itself as he kind of explores his surroundings, trying to find a way out. Each story, he seems to fall deeper and deeper into the bowels of the underworld, facing enemies that seem like twisted, more sinister nightmare versions of familiar friends and foes. There's actually apparently a part where Godzilla meets God and is asked to fight in Heaven's army, and it just doesn't end well for any angels or demons involved. Now, each issue has its own writing and artist team, so they kinda have a loose tie to one another, but in regards to actually doing a movie, I honestly think it could work. Not in live action, mind you, but I think you could have a crazy out there Godzilla film. Now, with Godzilla Monster Planet coming up, this will be the first real time we see Toho do an animated Godzilla feature, but the story is still very much human-centric. I think people would see the Godzilla/Devil movie fight, but you have to spin it right, so how do I think it could be handled? Well, have it not be so on the nose, kind of like the old films were. Take a nod from Monster Planet and pull elements from Godzilla in Hell and call it Godzilla Inferno. Basically, Dante's Inferno, but with Godzilla. You have him being sucked into hell, and every time he thinks he's done, he just kind of sinks lower and lower. You have him face off against a bunch of classic enemies, but all kind of hellified, like Hell Destroyer, Hell Gigan, Hell King Ghidorah, Hellfire Rodan, and whatever other monster puns you can come up with. Have him face himself in the 8th level against kind of like a clone Hell Godzilla type thing, kind of like with Space Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, kind of in that vein. But after defeating it, mash up the kind of unmade film and the end of the comic where Godzilla actually takes on Satan. Spoilers for the comic, but Godzilla gets picked clean by some Hellbats, and after that they fuse to make a kind of Hellbat Godzilla hybrid. Just go with it. So have Godzilla seem to die but is reborn maybe not by Hellbats but by his own blind fury and rage, kind of like Godzilla from GMK was raised by the souls of the dead. Have his own anger be so powerful that he revives himself and uses his new supercharged energy to defeat the devil and climb his way back to Earth. Then it can end with him looking at Tokyo and then up to the heavens above, deciding where to go next. You could have a Godzilla Purgatory and a Godzilla Paradise and kind of see a change in Godzilla as a character. I wouldn't have any humans in this movie really, not too many at least, because honestly, if you do it right, the Big G could carry this all on his own, with some tasteful roars and expressions put in to show how he feels and changes throughout the film. But, what do you think? Would you have ever wanted to see the not real Godzilla vs. the Devil film, or how would you do your own? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Hybrid Network. I'm Will, and I'll catch you next time.